Hey everybody, how we doing? My name is Bob and I'm with Novato. And I'm here today to talk to you about our most unique copper bar sink that we carry. This is the Cayenne and the model number is TCB as in boy -009AN. So I'm going to highlight some bullet points and some features and just give you a heads up as to what you can expect when you're ready to open up that box. So let's dive into it. So first off, I'm going to highlight the dimensions. Dimensions here, left to right, we have 28 inches. And then front to back, we have right at 12 here at the widest point. It does dwindle down to 10.5 towards the top here. And then the depth is kind of the most unique part. That is going to be 2.5 inches at the most shallow. And then it flows down to a nice 4-inch depth here. And it flows down into a 2-inch drain. Kind of a standard drain there. We would recommend a strainer drain there. As far as the rim goes, we have a 1.5-inch rim. And that's kind of unique because it allows for 2 applications for installation. You could either drop it in, which would look a little bit like so. It would just sit on your counter. Otherwise, the more conventional method is going to be the undermount, of course, and then your countertop would conceal this whole rim. And it'd be kind of a nice, smooth look. So that gives you 2 different options for installation. As far as the color goes, this is the antique finish. And this is always going to be a nice, solid, rich brown. You might get a couple different dark tones in there just from the patina, but as a consensus, what you see here is what's going to be in your box. So there's really no surprises there. These are always going to be hand hammered, and our artisans down in Mexico just do a phenomenal job down there. They do a really good job, and it does take a little bit of time because there are a few thousand hammer strikes in this piece. So as you can imagine, it does take a little bit of time, but with that, you know, you just get a much better quality product. It's not like a machine press sink where everything's gonna look the same. You do get a little bit of character in this, and you can kind of see that just in the hammering. Not everything is consistent, but that makes it also very unique. So we do carry these in stock here, and so if it's something that you need right away, we can also fulfill them usually in the same day. So after you're done looking at it in the box and you're ready to install it and you're excited for that, we would recommend to use a strainer drain for installation. That's pretty standard plumbing. That's a 2-inch drain again. And after your installation, you want to take it a step further and do some preventative care. We would recommend to use a kind of a waxing compound. There are a couple different ones out there. And essentially you would do that once or twice a year, kind of depending on your use. But what that's going to do is really help kind of bead the water off and give it a little bit of a protective coating from, say, something acidic. You know, if you would, for instance, use wine or maybe like a lemon or lime from your mojito or your margarita. If you would happen to leave that in there overnight, it could leave kind of a shinier spot because essentially that acid would kind of strip away that patina. But the good thing is copper is a living material, and so with that, typically leave it be for a few weeks and it'll actually darken itself up again and heal itself. So a lot of times when people see that, they think they have to clean it, but actually the opposite is true. Usually leave it be and it'll darken itself up again. So that is one element of copper. The other element is that it's antibacterial. Just the element of copper itself is. So kind of as I'm holding it here, it's kind of disinfecting itself, kind of just from the element of copper itself, which is kind of unique. So that kind of wraps up the qualities and the features of it. These are really unique pieces that you can use in log cabins. You can also use it in more of a modern setting if you like. It's really just kind of a unique focal point. Your faucet would generally sit towards the top here, towards your more shallow end. And then that way, kind of as you're hosing it down, it just kind of flows into a nice little river in your drain. So it's kind of a unique little aspect of it. And it's just very, it's a good little talking point and a nice little piece to gather around when you got friends and family over. So if you got any further questions, give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks.